Civil discourse, not civil war. That's what this country needs. Civil discourse, not civil war. In the 24 hours since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, a lot of Americans have expressed actually the most wonderful ideals of American society, saying, hey, regardless of your political opinions, we're all Americans. We all have the right to speak, and nobody should be facing the threat of death or violence because of their opinions. And everyone here, no matter what their opinion, has the right to say what's on their mind. That's the wonderful thing. That's Americanism right there. But of course, on the fringes, there are people calling for war between Americans because a line was crossed. Obviously, something terrible has happened. The appropriate way to deal with that tragedy is to help the police apprehend the individual responsible for Charlie Kirk's death. No one else is guilty for it. But I would like to remind Americans what liberalism is, because there are a lot of people saying, let's go to war with liberalism. It's liberals' faults. I'm a liberal. You're a liberal. You may not admit it, but you are. Because what is liberalism? Liberalism is the idea that individual rights are the foundation of a free society. That's liberalism. Charlie Kirk was a liberal, right? Every libertarian is a liberal. They may be conservative liberals, but they're liberals if they believe that individual rights are the foundation of a free society. So if you want to go to war with liberalism, be sure that you're prepared to give up your rights to do so. Now, I've seen some crazy shit being said in the last 24 hours, and I'll just say this to the far right, people who are calling for war. You cannot say that the left is using inflammatory rhetoric and extremist rhetoric while simultaneously calling for war against your fellow citizens, especially on 9/11, especially on the anniversary of 9/11. Like I said earlier in the video, the vast majority of conversation that I've seen is about, hey, you know what? We're all Americans. This Charlie didn't deserve to get shot, right? Nobody does. But there are people pushing for extreme violence as a response to this situation. And that is unacceptable. So, Americans, we're all Americans.